Uh, Good morning to all of you. Just wait for 1 or 2 minutes and so that all can join. And then we will start our class. And by the time, write down your names in the chat box for the attendance purpose. Also. Do write them in the chat box. Okay. So good morning to all of you. In our last class, we have
Good morning, sir.
discussed about the things of JavaScript object. We are talking about the JavaScript technology in the field of web technology. So we have the talk about the HTML, CSS, and then we have come to the JavaScript part. And now we have in our previous classes we have looked for the do while loop, for loop. What are the loops? All of the things we have discussed about this particular things actually. So now, while we are talking about this JavaScript, while we are talking about this JavaScript and this particular thing, so there are JavaScript objects. So we have learned, we have already know about this objects. What is the object or what is the case object in the field of Java or in the case of Java programming? Actually, we have talked about this thing. We have learned these things in our previous semesters, but still this is a part of web technology. So in JavaScript, there are things are built-in objects present. The built-in objects are already present. So just like the string, date, array. So this type of built-in objects are already present in the case of JavaScript. So JavaScript, this is just a special case with properties and methods. So in JavaScript, properties and methods are mentioned or are used here in the case of JavaScript or case of JavaScript. So how to access this JavaScript objects or object property? How to access this JavaScript object or the JavaScript object property? So properties are the values associated with an object. So JavaScript properties are the values associated with an object. So the syntax. So this is the syntax for accessing the property. So accessing the property of an object, how that the object name dot the property name. Object name dot the property name. So first of all, we need to mention the object name, then the property name. So what property we are actually going to access. So suppose the object name for a message is an object, and when the properties are the length. So message length. So we need to access the length of the message. We need to know the length of the message. So our object is the message and the properties is the length. So how to access with the properties that object name dot property name. So we can write in that particular case message dot length. Message dot length. Message is the object and length in the property. So message dot length. Maybe we can write in this particular format. So here is the example is given that where message is our variable, where message where a value have been put such as the hello world string has been inputted. So where x, so x is another variable where we are actually accessing the object property, where we are accessing the object property. So x equal to message dot length, message dot length. So by this message dot length, we are actually getting the length of the message. So length, the message is here hello world, the object or the information in the message is that hello world. So what is the length of the hello world that will be accessed? So accessing this object methods, accessing the object method. So these are the things accessing the object properties. How to access the object property. Now, how to access these object methods? Methods are the actions that can be performed on the objects. Methods are the options that can be actions that can be performed on the objects. So while we are actually things of this, we are talking about this, the length of the string or this particular thing, the syntax for this accessing the object methods are, we can see that object dot name as the method name. So for accessing the property, object dot name as dot property name, and accessing the object method, object dot name dot method name, object dot name dot object name dot the method name as it is a object functions or object methods actually. So we have used the functions type bracket syntax there. So example uses to uppercase methods to the string object to convert a text to uppercase. So uppercase, we use this particular uppercase method to convert a particular text or convert the text of that of a particular sentence to a uppercase or a particular word to a uppercase. So maybe the word written in a lowercase or in a standard way. Okay, so to convert it in a uppercase, we just use this uppercase method. We just use this uppercase function method actually. So to use by using this uppercase function method, we can convert any lowercase or any standard type of methods written or word or sentence, whatever it is. It can be converted to a uppercase, or the every letter of the sentence of the words can be converted to a uppercase letter actually. So where a simple example is given where the thing is the message is the object, where message variable is the message, where the string hello world has been put in. So we can say hello world is a standard type of written, standard type have been written where the normal procedure have been followed. So where x is the message dot to uppercase. So here we are using dot to uppercase, the function of this uppercase function that has been converted, that is going to convert the hello world all of the things into uppercase. The total hello world will be printed in the uppercase. The total hello world, this particular thing will be printed in the uppercase. So how to create these JavaScript objects? How to create this JavaScript object? So for creating this JavaScript object, there are two different ways we can see. So one, define and create a direct instance of an object. Define and create a direct instance of an object, and use a function to define an object. Then create new object instances. So there are two processes. First one, define and create a direct instance of an object. Define and create a direct instance of an object. Second one, use the function to define an object, then create new object instances. So first one, how to create with a direct instances. First one, how to create with a direct instances. So here we can see an example where we are creating a new instance of an object and adds 4 properties there, and we are adding 4 properties into that particular object. So the name of the particular object is a person, that is our new object. So person is our new object, and we are adding the properties. So how to accessing the properties? Person message of the object name or that dot property name, object name dot property name. So here the same thing, that person dot first name, we are putting the value as a, person dot last name putting the value at b, person dot age, the number is given by 24, person dot eye color is blue. So we have mentioned the object name, that is the person, and we have mentioned the properties, that is person dot first name, person dot last name, person dot age, and person dot blue color, eye color, that is blue. So by this particular process, we are creating an object, direct instances. Create an object with a new instances or the direct instances. We are mentioning the object name. Then we are mentioning the object property. Then we are mentioning the object property and putting the value at the same time. So this is the thing that by this thing we are actually getting that the name of the person is AB and the person age is 24 and his eye color is blue. Now how to create a user defined object, how to use a function define an object and then creating a new instance on an object. So JavaScript, this is a particular thing that allows us to create our own objects, to create our own objects. So this allows us to create our own objects. So how to do this? The first step to use it as the new operator, that is where my object. So there is a new thing that has been created variable as a my object, that is the new object. So by this process, by this thing that this var my object, we can create a new empty object. We can create a new empty object. And this can be used to start a new object that can give new properties and methods. That can give new properties and the methods. Now, in object, this particular type of object-oriented programming language or JavaScript, such as the new object is usually given a constructor to initialize values when it is first created. So we are going to use the constructor to initialize value when it is first created. So it is possible to assign values with the literal values. So now we are putting it that into the JavaScript files, we are putting into the HTML files, we are accumulating that. So header as the thing doc type HTML part, and the body script language is given as the JavaScript, and type is text.javascript. So we have mentioned that the thing is written in some JavaScript and the type is the JavaScript text, where we are accessing the object name, that is the person. Then the first name is given such as the Ketan, last name is given some Java, age 24, eye color blue. Now document.write particularly person dot first name is the person dot age plus years old. So we are accumulating all the strings. So we are going to write the thing totally in as the thing is a string. So we are putting all the things in a particularly in a single line. So the name, the Ketan 24, this particular is given. Ketan is 24 years old. Ketan is 24 years old. So we have mentioned this particular thing by in a single HTML using the JavaScript, using the JavaScript. So simple HTML, we have put that thing. We need to mention that what scripting language we are using. We are using the JavaScript scripting language. We have mentioned the type of this text of JavaScript. Then the person that is our object name, that is our object, and then using the object properties, accessing that particular properties, we are writing that particular thing. We are writing it in a particular file. As it is a string, we are using the addition particular operator to accumulate all the things, to make a thing in one place. So how a constructor can be used to populate data in the object? How a constructor can be used to populate the data in the object? So a constructor is a predefined method that will initialize your object. So constructor was the predefined method that is already in our JavaScript technology or in a Java technology, object-oriented programming technology. So constructor was already present. So this constructor is used to in the method that will initialize our object. And to do this in JavaScript function, we need to invoke through a new operator, which is the constructor needs to invoke through a new operator, and any properties inside this newly created object are assigned during this keyword referring to the current object being created. So any properties inside the newly created object are assigned using this particular keyword referring to the current object being created. So first of all, initial Java constructor was already present in the JavaScript or in the object-oriented programming. So we need to access it through a new operator. We need to access it through a new operator, and that then call it the properties inside that newly created object using the keyword referring to the current object. So here again a thing is given, that is the using the constructor. We have mentioned the function person with the first name, last name, and age. So we have mentioned the thing previously. Then we are using it as a Java constructor, that this first name where it is the first name and last name is the last name, and this dot age is the age. So we have mentioned each of the thing. Then you are using a verb person one. Person one is our new method, that is the new person having the value of AB24. So first name, last name, and age. As per the given of function person, the parameters that was said, that is the first name, last name, age. We have mentioned the value, that is the AB24, and then putting it into the scripting value, that is the person.1 first name plus the person.1 last name plus person1 dot age. So the value of A, B, and 24 that is been will be displayed. So this is the particular thing how to use it as in a constructor mode, by accessing a new object, by making a new property and then putting it into the same place and putting it into the same place. So here the thing is that the function percent becomes the constructor. Here the thing that is function percent. This function percent becomes the constructor invoked through a new keyword on assignment to the person1 variable. So while assignmenting the things to a person1, that is another variable, we have used this function percent as a constructor, So that function percent will be used as a constructor that can be invoked to a new keyword while assigning to a value to another variable that is called the person1. So here the values are passed as parameter to the constructor. So parameters are first name, last name, and age. So these parameters have been passed through the constructor. So this parameter have been passed through the constructor, and inside this constructor, this keyword takes on the values on the newly created object. So while as per the things as the parameters have been set, as per the parameters have been mentioned, by the same process it follows, and while putting any value to a new variable, it will follow the constructor and the parameters that was been set, and the value will be passed through that particular parameter. Value will be passed through that particular parameter. So how to how to handle the events in the case of JavaScript? How to handle the event in the case of JavaScript? So event handler, it is an things that are the attributes that forces an element to listen for a specific event to occur. So event handler, in the case of event handler, it are the attributes. These are the attributes that forces an element to listen for a specific event to occur. So while a specific event is going to occur for that particular thing, that event need to know that what is the process. So for that the thing is required that event needs to check the things, event need to learn about the things. So it is called in a listen mode where the event is actually learning or listening what are the process, how to do this, what are the things that to going to occur. So event handlers all begin with the letters on. So any event handlers will start with on. Every event handlers will start with letter on. So we can see in the event handler part the example that is the on blur, on change, on click, on db click, on focus. So whatever the event handler process is, it will start with the respective on. The first word will be on. So there are two types of events in the JavaScript. That is the interactive and that is the non-interactive. First one is the interactive. Second one is the non-interactive. So this particularly event handling, these two type of JavaScript event handling, that is the interactive and non-interactive part. So here we can see a table where the things have been displayed. What event handling has what purpose, what is the supported event, and what is the description. So if we go one by one, in the first case we can see that is a on blur. So the first event handler topic is the on blur, and the element supported, that is the area, button, input, label, selector or area, the text area. So these are the elements that was supported by the on blur particular thing. So these are the events that has been supported by the event on blur, and the description of the elements we lost the focus. So on blur, by using the on blur in this particular element, the element will lose the focus. The element will lose the focus. The elements will blur the particular area. On change, it will work on the event input, select, and text area where the element value will be changed. By using the on change value, the value of this element will be changed. The on click, so using this on click value, the elements expect br, font, frame set, these are the heading file, these are the files or keyword files that has been used in the Java or used in the HTML file actually. So this has been used on these all elements except this particular that has been mentioned. So on click will work on any area except this particular that has been mentioned here. A pointer button was clicked. So where a button will be clicked. So that is on click means where the pointer, where the cursor will go and click. And that is the event handling. So that will be done on anything. And because we can click on anything except there are some restriction where we cannot click, where we cannot click on process on db click. So on db click means the double click option, that is the cursor is going to use the double click option, the cursor is going to use the double click option. So all html elements, again the same thing except that has been mentioned here, that is the font, frame set, head, the things that have been mentioned here. and a double pointer button was initiated. A double pointer button was initiated. On focus, the purpose of on focus is to the element receive the focus. So on black, the element lost the focus, but on focus, using this on focus, the element will lose the element will check the focus. The element will receive the focus mode. The element will receive the focus mode. Areas, button, input label. These are the element that where the thing actually work. And on key down, all email except BR front, everything can be where the things on key down the works done. A keys was pressed down. So while a key was pressed, so we can it can be a cursor key, it can be a down arrow, it can be a page down, anything can be used as to do this particular thing. And on key press, all elements have been used except this BR front frame and frame set. Fourth thing was denied. A key was pressed and released. A key was pressed and released in the on key press. The key was pressed and released with the term of on key press. So these are the simple event handlers that has been present. And what is the purpose of this event handler that has been mentioned? That has been mentioned. Then there are another the more things have been added, that is that on key up, on load, on mouse down, on mouse move, on mouse out, on mouse over, on mouse up. So everything that can be accessed and that can be done by the things that on reset, on select, on submit, on unload, on unload. So these are the things particularly here present here we can see. So what is the purpose? We will see that what is the purpose for each of the term. On key up, that a key was released. A key was released. On load, the all the frames have been loaded. On load, the frames have been loaded. On mouse down, a pointer button was pressed down. So the mouse button has been pressed down. On mouse move, the pointer was moved within. On mouse out, a pointer was moved away. A pointer was moved away. On mouse over, the pointer was moved onto. On mouse up, a pointer button was released. On reset, the form was reset. So these are the event handles name, and that this event handles helps us to in the process of this particular thing, the process of this particular thing. So now moving to the next part, the document object in the JavaScript, the document object in the case of JavaScript. So there are lots of object that descends from the document object, forming a large subtree known as the document object model. So DOM, the document object model, which has standardized. So DOM is the thing, or the object model is the main thing, where it has been descend from the document object, forming a large subtree. Forming a large subtree that is known as the document object model, or DOM. And this document object represented the HTML displayed in the window, and this DOM is representing the HTML displayed in the window, displayed in the window. So using this object, it is possible to access information about the document itself, but also about the information content, also the information content. So these are the things that is the JavaScript. There are DOM things that has been used. DOM is used for the displaying of HTML in the for the displaying of the HTMLs in the window. And these are the process or information about the documents itself, and also about the information content. Also about the information content. So here we can see that is an example is given how to link that things, how to control the parameters of the current document. So where my object that has been created here, my object new things, and then the documents of bg color, the object method and the properties name. So the object method is document and the bg color. Then you have mentioned the value. Then the document of fg color, that is the foreground color. The value have been mentioned. So this is the process that the thing have been written here to contain the control the content parameters there. And it is possible to access any information in the documentary by using the form by parenthesis this particular array. So we can access, we can have the value of anything by using this form parenthesis array, and this contains all the form of objects that are the document. This contains all of the form of the object that has been documented. For example, a form can be constructed. For example, we can see here in the next part that a form has been constructed with the form name, that is the name of the user details, then the form type, that is the f name, input type, the second input type, that is the last name, that is the l name, then the input type, that is the submit name, that is the option button is given, that is the submit. So first name, last name, and submit. A simple basic HTML form has been displayed in the showcase here as an example. So this form data can be accessed with various DOM syntax construction. So this form data can be accessed with the various DOM syntax construction by using the accessing through the documents.form. By using that documents.form, it can also be referred by documents.userdetails, and individual elements can be used accessed by the documents.userdetails.fname. So these are the process, or these are the steps by which we can easily access this particular thing, the document.forms. By using this particular, we can use is the access, you can access the form by using the documents.userdetails. We can access the reference particular of the total user details by using the document.userdetails.fname. Then we can actually use accessing a personal value, accessing a individual element. So these are the things. So here, how to represent that DOM or document object model into a HTML part in the case of web technology. So here an example is given, that is a title document object example, where the script is written in the JavaScript. So JavaScript is mentioned, where the functions increment is current, function increment is current, and current has been some value of percent information, constant information, that is the documents.form, node.form, the total value, where the documents form and notes form is total value is current plus one, that has been mentioned here. Then the division ID of main ID, division object, document object example is given, and relating the note form and documents form, that have been value have been placed here. The value was placed here. We can see the value is placed here. We can see. So form, division, body HTML, these are the parts how to look for the things actually. Just a minute. So why do we need the validation, or what is the purpose of this validation? And so as the some regular example or expression in this case of JavaScript. So what is the purpose of this validation? The idea behind this JavaScript form validation is to provide a method to check the user entered information before they can even submit it. So whether when we are going to submit some information, when we are going to submit some information, when we are going to submit some information, we need to, whatever the, we need to check that whatever the data we have processed, if the things have been written, so we need to check it once again. So so nowadays, whenever we are going to submit a form, exam form or any registration form, anything, pop-up have been displayed where the details have been entered, whatever the details have been entered by the user, that was displayed, and asking for a confirmation button that whether all the things are true. If it is okay, then you can process. Okay, so a page that has been displayed where all the things is there. So this is the form, this is the purpose for the validation, that yes, all the things have been validated by me, all the things have been checked by me, and all the things are okay, and then the user can submit the final option. So JavaScript allows us to display this harmful alerts to inform the user what informations they have entered incorrectly and how they can use it, how they can fix it. So if by any chance, if any user have mistakenly write name or mistakenly they may have done mistakes in any part, then they can fix it. They can have an option to edit that particular thing and changes, whatever the necessary changes are there need to be done. So this is the things of validation. So this validation is very much required. This validation purpose is very much required. So because the user need to validate before, while entering the data, we are entering the data, but we need to check for the last one time that whether all the things is okay or not. So JavaScript email address validation is using regular expression. So using some regular expression, we can also validate the information. We can check the information, that is that HTML head, that is the basic simple things that we already know. So these are the basic simple things have been mentioned here. Then form method, that is the post. So here we are mentioning the form method that has been talked about in our few 5 or 6 days back classes. That form method, the post name, the name get info, or on submit return process form. So on submit button have been used for the return process form. Then the name of the get info. So by using the get info, you are accessing the data. So input type text, name, email. So input type will be text and name will be email. So while in the email, the value will be text. This has been mentioned. Input type submit, value login, name login. Input type will be submit, value login, name login. So here the validation have been using. So you are going to check the thing validation login. So function process will be there. So where my form is mentioned, that is the document dot get info. So you are getting the info here. Then documents were checking that my form dot email dot value. So by using the email, there is a checking has been done. The email, the successfully verified email have been checked, and then the test email will be sent to that particular email. We need to check that test email, and then we need to process for that test email by confirming on that particular option. By confirming on that particular option, then whatever the things, whatever the forms process are there, whatever the queries may be there from the form, the value have been entered, and it will be asking for a confirmation button at the end, and there will be a confirmation. So this will check for a valid email as described. So a valid email, whether the user who is actually there, whether the email is related to that particular person or not. So a validation is not done, or validation is needed actually in most of the cases, so that the things will be secure and no frauding will be there. So in it is security purpose thing we can talk about. So this will check the valid email as described, and the test email will function returns the true or false. So the test email functions will return the true or false. The way it is determines here that in end the result is built on the template and pattern in the string that email pattern. So there is a string dot email pattern was there, and this is used to work out the order of the expected characters, but how many times the repeatedly is processing the things working. So this is the way to determine the things in the built-in template and pattern for the string email pattern, for the string email pattern. So these are the things that how to check that where regis my registration experiment, the email pattern, the pattern have been set there, and then the things, the test mail have been processed to that particular email, and the email need to confirm and verify that email by going to that particular email option, by going to that particular option. So this JavaScript technologies, there is a lot of things that is helping to developing the things more dynamic, to get the things more dynamic, or to help the user using the thing very much, it means potentially using the things very easily. So this is a thing, or JavaScript is the most important technology in nowadays actually, because in HTML, CSS, HTML, the code will automatically convert whatever we have written. When the thing will be converted to some web page, it will automatically have some HTML format. It will automatically have some HTML data or HTML forms. Okay, so these are the things, and this is the topic where we are going to end today. We are going to discuss the next topic, the list of important built-in objects. So there are some important built-in objects present that we're going to describe in our next classes. So this is for all. This is for today. So if anyone have missed to write down your names in the chat box, please write your name for the attendance purpose. And one more thing, that stay safe in your home, and nothing to say, because the situation is very getting worse day by day. Don't know how, when the things will be become normal, and when the things will be, we are going to cope up. So just a message: stay safe and take care of all of you.